We live in a time when we experience major revivals of old nameplates like the Ford Bronco and Dodge Dakota, so we can say that the 2020s are all about nostalgia and remembering the good old days when cars were simple and also looked pretty cool. So Ford decided to recreate another famous model and introduce a completely new Ford Ranchero. As we all know, the Ranchero has been out of duty since the late 70s, and for the 2024 model year, this nameplate is expected to make a big comeback. The 2024 model is reportedly under development by Ford, and some sources suggest that soon we're going to experience its introduction. Stay with us to find out the top 8 reasons why you should wait for the Ford Ranchero 2024. Reason number 8, size and platform. When it comes to size, the 2024 Ford Ranchero is expected to be smaller than the Ford Maverick. The Ford Maverick has been a really good seller, and Ford would probably not like to have a direct competitor to the Maverick. With the competition slowly creating alternatives to the Maverick, Ford would want to create something that'll make sure that they keep the throne in the compact pickup segment. And what could be better than having 2 pickup trucks that'll target different buyers? For example, the Maverick targets people who want to have a pickup truck but of smaller scale to drive around, while the Ranchero would be more of a utilitarian vehicle. In other words, the Ranchero will have the same proportions as the Maverick and be built on the same C2 Ford platform but with a bigger truck bed. The original concept of the Ranchero is to be a utilitarian 2-door vehicle. Taking this into consideration, the new Ranchero will be precisely that, a regular 2-door cab with a long 7-foot bed like in the old-school Rancheros. For this purpose, the unibody frame is expected to be revised and strengthened since the truck bed will be longer for the Ranchero. This will make very happy the people who are into purchasing a utilitarian vehicle they can run on their farm. The bed that the Ford Maverick has is simply too small, and this has a lot of customers going away from Ford and purchasing mid-sized trucks that are bigger and more practical. So the Ranchero will be a nice fit for these customers that want something compact but still very practical for simple farm tasks. Reason number 7, towing. Another area where the Ranchero is expected to shine is the towing capability. This is an area where the Ford Maverick simply does not perform very well, unless you get the special 4K towing package. With this towing package, you're able to double the towing capability from 2,000 pounds to 4,000 pounds. This tow package will cost you $745. The Ranchero, on the other hand, is expected to tow up to 4,000 pounds right from the factory. In other words, the Ranchero will have all the internal components beefed up to support heavy towing and allow the Ranchero to tow pretty well. In addition to this, if we see a powerful powertrain, we can expect these numbers to rise up to 5,000 pounds. These are pretty much the absolute limits of this unibody C2 platform that Ford makes. We all know that body-on-frame vehicles are simply better performers when it comes to towing, and that is a fact. This is why if you're looking for a more capable tower, you should get a mid-sized truck like the Ford Ranger, which can tow an incredible 7,600 pounds. Reason number 6, diesel engine. A diesel engine is also expected to come with the new Ford Ranchero 2024, since what truck would be complete without a diesel? If you want a capable towing machine, you would definitely need a diesel engine. What's worth noting is we can't expect a 3-liter power stroke in this model because the engine is simply too large and too heavy for this platform. But what we can expect is the 2-liter EcoBlue engine that Ford sells globally. This engine is included in a lot of Ford models that are based on the C2 platform and are sold abroad, including the Ford Edge sold in Europe. This diesel engine is a 2-liter inline-4 engine that comes with a bi-turbo configuration. Its maximum output is 238 horsepower and a massive 369 pound-feet of torque, which is plenty for this application. Not to mention that the engine, since it's a turbocharged application, can be tuned for even more performance. This 2-liter engine is also pretty fuel efficient and will be able to squeeze the maximum fuel economy for your dollar. Reason number 5, gasoline and hybrid engines. In terms of gasoline engines, we could expect the 2024 Ranchero will keep the 2 engines that the Maverick offers. These engines are the 2-liter EcoBoost and 2.5-liter Duratec. The 2-liter EcoBoost has proven itself through the years with great performance, and this engine comes in a lot of different Ford applications. In the past, it was offered with the Focus and Fusion models, but as of 2024, no sedans or hatchbacks are in production when it comes to Ford. The engine used in the hybrid model of the Ranchero that is expected to be released is the 2.5-liter Duratec. It isn't clear yet whether this engine will come as a mild hybrid or a plug-in hybrid, but one thing is for sure is that this engine will be specifically offered for those who want something different. The Maverick gets really good numbers, around 38 mpg combined with a hybrid, and the Ranchero is expected to perform similarly well. The only downside for the hybrid is that the engine comes with a single-speed CVT that is somewhat poor when it comes to towing, so it is expected that the hybrid Ranchero will have a limited towing capacity of 2,000 pounds. Reason number 4, exterior styling. The exterior styling is also expected to be improved compared to the Maverick. Much of this information is still unconfirmed since Ford has not officially released photos of the Ranchero. There is news that the new Ford Ranchero will be a blast from the past, just like the old-school Ranchero models that we all know and love. This means that the model will feature double-stacked headlights that'll be vertically mounted and a massive grille. Still, Ford will want to make the model contemporary and look like a modern car with some styling cues from its predecessors. There's also expected to be a huge heritage edition like the model that is offered with the Ford Bronco, which really brings that former glory and makes the Bronco resemble a real time capsule. As for the layout, the model should come as a regular cab with 2 doors and a 7-foot bed, just like the good old Ranchero models. The Ranchero is also expected to sit lower than the Maverick because this is still a utility coupe and not a proper pickup truck. Reason number 3, interior styling. When it comes to the interior of the 2024 Ranchero, we expect the interior to be pretty similar to the one of the Maverick. This model should be utilitarian, so no major luxury as we can find in the bigger pickup trucks. This means a cloth interior that is designed for work. In addition to this, there's expected to be a bench option just like in the good old days where you could seat up to 3 people in your Ranchero. But there can also be some higher-end trims like in the King Ranch offered with the F-150, because still, the Ranchero is a model intended for ranchers and farmers. One thing is for sure, and that is the Ranchero will implement all the technology that modern vehicles have. This means a lot of safety features and also drive assist features. On top of that, there should be one big center screen for the driver's cluster and one bigger horizontal screen for the infotainment. The infotainment system is one of Ford's strong sides, and the 2024 Ranchero will be no exception to that, coming with all necessities like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Reason number 2, Lightning EV model. Another thing that is expected is that the all-new Ranchero will get a Lightning model. This would be a completely electrified version of the Ranchero, but we can only say that this is a possibility later down the line. This is the case because the Maverick still waits for a completely electric version, and we're not yet familiarized when this EV Maverick will come. If this model comes in 2024, the fully electric Ranchero should be released in the following 2025 model year. When it comes to the numbers that this model will produce, we cannot know for sure, but it is expected to deliver a similar performance to the Mustang Mach-E, considering that the Ranchero will use the same Mach-E powertrain for the EV variant. Reason number 1, price. In terms of pricing, the 2024 Ranchero is expected to cost about $20,000. The model is expected to be cheaper than the Maverick, considering that it'll be smaller and more utilitarian with more basic interiors and features. This will make the Ranchero a lot more affordable and a good purchase for the people who want something that gets the job done and doesn't break the bank. This is why we think that it is definitely worth the wait for the 2024 Ford Ranchero. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.